What's up, everybody? This is your boy Uber Hikari, aka the Nerd Nigga, here to bring you another video with no frills, just the analysis. And today, as you can see, I'm gonna bring you another video on Sasuke. And I'm really doing this video for the purposes of clarification to sort of illuminate certain aspects of the things that I said in yesterday's video, and as a sort of general response to all the feedback that I got in the comment section of my video. So first of all, let me just say this. I could have trolled you guys badly. I mean, I could have done this for the specific purpose of starting a flame war. I could have, made some bullshit 5-minute video, slapped a controversial title on it, and just called it a day and, laughed as I got, a whole bunch of views and a whole bunch of likes. But I didn't do that. I actually took the time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I had done that video before and I had started uploading it. But I actually stopped, canceled the upload on it, because I wasn't happy with the way that video came out. I went back to my notes, um, revised my notes again for that video, and then I uploaded it again, which was yesterday. So the original Sasuke video came actually was I did that sometime last week, and I wasn't happy with it, so I did it again and just now uploaded it um yesterday. So I could have just, trolled you guys badly, like I said, but I actually took the time out to revise the video, revise my notes, and put out a 30-minute video that had very specific reasons, very specific explanations, and very specific arguments. So you can try and dismiss that video all you want, but I think that my reasoning and my arguments were valid. Um, Also, I just got a crazy ass response. I mean, most of the comments were pretty good, but some of the comments, a small minority, there's always gonna be that small minority, are gonna make just crazy, stupid ass comments like, this video sucks or it fails and stupid bullshit like that. Like, I'm not, mad if you disagree with me. Disagreement is a good thing. It helps to produce arguments. But if the only thing you can say after watching a 30-minute video filled with arguments and explanations and reasons is that this sucks, then you need to step your game up, homie. Seriously, step your shit up. Because you actually need reasons for why you believe what you believed. Like I said before when I started this channel, I'm gonna make it, if you're a Naruto tard or a One Piece tard or a Bleach tard, I'm gonna make it impossible for you to dismiss my arguments. So, you can try if you want to, but, you'll eventually fail. Just like somebody like the dumbass who went through every single one of my videos and disliked it. I mean, it takes a special kind of jackass to take the time out of their day to go through every single one of my videos and dislike them. But you know what? For the hater who did that, thank you. I appreciate your view. And hopefully you accidentally clicked on an ad and, gave me some money. So, thanks. All right, so in this video, like I said, I'm going to be illuminating and clarifying certain aspects of the argument that I made in yesterday's video. And I want to first do that by introducing a new term that's called a plot trap. A plot trap is exactly what it sounds like. It's when an author traps themselves in a plot by upending the plot. It usually happens through some sort of twist, some sort of plot twist, but it can also happen as the result of a deus ex machina. A deus ex machina is when something happens in a story that's so improbable that it defies the logic and the plausibility of the story. And a plot trap, the consequence of a plot trap is generally that it upends the logic of the story and it messes up the consistency of the characters. So a sort of, great example, actually the perfect example of a plot twist is what happens at the end of the Aizen arc or the Aizen saga in Bleach. I alluded to this in another video that I did on OP versus top tier, where I said that once you make it so that the antagonist is basically immortal because they have an infinite amount of regenerative ability, then you almost guarantee yourself an anticlimactic fight. Why? Just look at what happens to Aizen. And it's really stupid because Ichigo is clearly stronger than Aizen, but he can't beat him. And the only way Aizen gets defeated is by some bullshit ass De Ex Machina by fucking Urahara. I mean, Aizen is like, one of the greatest supervillain masterminds in all of shonen manga. He's an expert at Kido, but he doesn't realize that Urahara has slipped the Kido on him. This is the type of shit that happens once you make it so that Aizen is basically immortal. You get a plot trap, and so you guarantee yourself a very anticlimactic fight. So let's see how this term that I just, thought about, the plot trap, how it relates to Naruto, and in particular the Sasuke subplot, so I can show you exactly how it produces inconsistencies in the logic of the story and how it produces inconsistencies in some of the characters in Naruto. So let me preface this by saying, first of all, that I'm a fan of Naruto. Like, I mean, I actually enjoy the series. I think on a scale of A to F, Kishimoto is probably a solid B in terms of being a writer. Yeah, he's definitely a solid B. And I'm a fan of Naruto. I enjoy Naruto. And whenever there was, this thing that there was Sasuke versus Naruto, I always sided with Sasuke, and I'll explain to you why. I sided with Sasuke because, um, Naruto is a when he starts out in part one, he's a very immature type of character. He doesn't understand the sort of complexity of the situation that he finds himself in with regards to Sasuke. Naruto started out with nothing. And so when he starts to gain friendships and when he starts to gain the love and trust of other people, that's what he holds as most important. He starts to see friendship as most important. But his problem is that he then takes what's most important to him and he projects it onto everyone else. So that he starts to believe that the most important thing for anyone to have is friendship. And so he mistakenly believes that the only thing that Sasuke needs is friendship. If Sasuke can just have a friend who loves him and who trusts him, then everything will be okay. That's a very naive mentality to have. To think that, everyone's problems can be solved if they only had a friend. It's naive and it's very immature. And so that's why I really didn't like Naruto's character, because I just simply didn't agree with that type of mentality. Sasuke, on the other hand, is coming from a different position. He had a family and he lost it. And this is one of the most profound things that Sasuke says to Naruto during that fight at the end of part 1. He says, "Your situation is different from mine because I actually had something. I had the people, I had love, I had family, I had a clan, and I lost that." And so once he loses that, then he has a legitimate justification for vengeance. He has a legitimate justification for revenge against Itachi. So if you have something and then you lose it, and you lose it based on, especially given the circumstances that happened to Sasuke where his whole clan was wiped out, then you have a legitimate justification for feeling the way that Sasuke feels. Um, in other words, vengeance is something that's only reserved for loss. You can only feel a sense of vengeance or feel a sense of revenge if you have something and then lose it. And this is why Naruto can't seem to understand Sasuke's reasoning, and he can't seem to understand the psychological position that Sasuke is coming from. And you also have to think about this. It's not just that Sasuke is motivated by some selfish need for vengeance or revenge. He actually, in the world of Naruto, he actually has obligations as a shinobi, and he actually has an obligation as a clan member of the Uchiha clan. So it's not just that he has a legitimate justification for revenge, which he does, but it's also the fact that he has an obligation to avenge his fallen comrades. So there's a two-part reason. He has a legitimate justification for revenge because he hates Itachi, and he has a legitimate and he has obligations that he just can't shirk off as a shinobi and as a member of the Uchiha clan. But here's where the plot trap comes in. Kishimoto wants to redeem Itachi. But if he does so, if he redeems Itachi, then the huge motivation and the huge justification that Sasuke had for avenging the Uchiha clan and for seeking revenge against Itachi, that now gets wiped out. It's gone. And on top of that, once he learns the truth about the Uchiha clan, um, then when he finds out that the Uchiha clan was planning a coup, and like I said before, if there's a coup, then you destabilize the Hidden Leaf village. You risk innocent lives inside the Hidden Leaf village. You then destabilize the government of the Fire Country, and once that happens, you leave open the possibility that the rivals of the Fire Nation will invade them and attack them. So in my eyes, if Toby is to be believed, if we believe that Toby's explanation for the massacre of the Uchiha clan is true, then it must also be true. Then it must also be true that the Uchiha clan is at least partially responsible for their own destruction. Why? Because the Konoha had a very legitimate reason to wipe out the Uchiha clan as an act of preemptive self-defense. Konoha has a political obligation. They have the political responsibility of protecting the Fire Country. They can't do that if the Uchiha clan is planning a coup. So they have a legitimate reason of self-defense for wiping out the Uchiha clan. And so what happens is that now Sasuke's revenge or his desire to seek vengeance against Konoha is now irrational. It doesn't make sense. I mean, if the Uchiha clan is partially responsible for their own self-destruction, and if Konoha was justified in preemptively attacking the Uchiha clan for the purpose of self-defense, then it would seem like now Sasuke has no legitimate justification for wanting Konoha to be destroyed. He has no legitimate reason for vengeance or for revenge against Konoha. So it seems to me that now Sasuke is just selfish. I mean, his clan has been wiped out. He's angry. He's filled with hatred, and so he just needs someone to lash out at. And now it doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, what basically happens is that now Sasuke is turned into a cliche, one-dimensional revenge character who's filled with a whole bunch of unjustifiable hate, and it doesn't make sense. Now, Kishimoto could have written this a different way. He could have made it so that in order to give Sasuke a legitimate justification, he could have made it so that Itachi was really a villain, that he was just, working as a double agent for, Konoha, and that he just wanted to wipe out the Uchiha clan simply because, he was a villain or, for any other reason that he wants to give Itachi. But he doesn't do that. Why? Because Kishimoto wants to redeem Itachi. And if he wants to redeem Itachi, then he has to take away the huge motivation and the huge justification that Sasuke has for vengeance and for revenge. So what happens to Sasuke at this point? What basically happens to Sasuke is that um, a character who was seen as intelligent, as having great strategy in battle, as being a great tactician, as having someone who's, well versed in battle tactics, he's reduced to irrationality. He's reduced to simple hatred. And he becomes, like I said, a one-dimensional character. And at that point, you have a character inconsistency. Up until this point, Sasuke was always seen as intelligent, as having strategy, as being very calculating, as having a lot of forethought, and now you reduce him to someone who's a one-dimensional revenge character. And so now you've created a character inconsistency, and in some sense you've created a plot inconsistency because he no longer has a legitimate justification for revenge or for any of the hatred that he may feel. As like I said, I'm a fan of Naruto. I like Naruto. I think it's very entertaining. I think Kishimoto is a solid B in terms of his skill level as a mangaka, but he has completely mishandled the Sasuke subplot. He's completely mishandled the Sasuke subplot. So by way of clarification and by way of illuminating some aspects of what I said in yesterday's video, this is your boy Uber Hikari, aka the Nerd Nigga, and I just brought you another video with no frills, just the analysis. Peace and have a blessed day.